Hi everyone, welcome to another virtual city tour. I'm super excited about today because we are going to Roma and we're going to Trastevere with the lovely Maria Pasquale from Heart Rome. Just wait for a few people to join. I'm just going to add Maria in now. Now guys, it is raining in Trastevere, so let's see how we go. I'm just adding Maria in now. If it ends up being just 10 minutes or so as we walk home, we might have to, just do that for 10 minutes, but let's give it a go. Maria's got her umbrella, and I'm very thankful to have her with us. I've just added her. Let's just give her a second. Okay, there's Maria. Awesome. Let me just see if that went through. Yeah.
Hi Liv, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. I can hear some rain though.
Oh yeah, it's a gorgeous day in Rome, as everyone can see. Thank you so much. We'll see how we go with with the rain, but also I haven't got headphones in, so I might have to put the phone down if we have to try, but the visual should be there.
Perfect. Maria, before we get started, do you want to just quickly introduce yourself for anyone who doesn't already know you?
Absolutely. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Maria Pasquale, known on social media as Heart Rome on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also I have a blog called Heart Rome. It's at heartrome.com. I'm an Italian-Australian food and travel writer based here in Rome. I've been living here for 10 years. So I'm the Rome correspondent for USA Today and do a lot of other, you'll find my words, excuse the wind, a lot of my words in foreign press publications like CNN, Condé Nast, Architectural Digest and Photos and a number of others. So usually writing about food, travel, lifestyle, all the fun stuff I always say, not the real stuff, not the real news.
My favorite topic.
Exactly. Oh, and there are sirens as well. Oh, thank you so much.
So this is Maria's way to be Italian. That's the front saying it like this. It's the visual. It is fantastic, Maria. I highly recommend it. And
thank you so much. Liv, if you just give me a second, I'm actually going to put my headphones in because I can't hear you. So excuse me, everyone. I'll try not to lose my umbrella. I'm just going to put you all here for a second.
This is the joys and challenges of doing these live outdoors and live.
Absolutely, that's all right. We're going to make it work. It's all good.
Exactly. I'm so excited to be there with you.
Oh, there you go. The sirens have gone and I can hear again. It's just the sounds of Rome. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's great. That's
okay.
Perfect.
Much better. I can hear you now.
Amazing. That's great. Lara's saying that she can't hear me much. Let me just see if I bring it a bit closer. Lara, is that better now?
Instagram Live is always fun.
I know. Well, perhaps we can start, Maria, because I don't want you to stay in the rain for too long. And I'm really, I'm sure everyone's really excited to see Trastevere.
No problem. All right, well, I'll start. I might just turn my video around here and let's just see how we go. It's slipping out of my hands. All right, so I'm standing, Liv, on Ponte Sisto. So Ponte Sisto is, as you know, most people who have been to Rome will know, the Tiber River. Important part of Rome, to this day and obviously historically. So here's the Tiber, that side of Rome. So you have the right bank, which is where you'll find, most of the, the historical centre and the monuments like the Pantheon, the Trevi Fountain, Piazza Navona. If you just walk across that bridge, just at the end of this bridge, you'll be right in Campo dei Fiori, which is running at this hour. It's one of the biggest and oldest markets in Rome. Yeah. And so Ponte Sisto is the only pedestrian bridge in Rome. So as you'll see, people are walking over. Everyone's with, umbrellas today, obviously. And you might be able to see, if we're lucky, I think, if I move over here, you can just see the dome of St. Peter's. So this is the left bank of the river, just tiny, tiny
You can
Vatican.
just see it.
You can just see it. So on the left bank of the river, we have Trastevere, which we're going to walk over to right now, and the Vatican.
Great. Oh, it's beautiful. Even though it's raining, it is still just so beautiful, isn't it?
It is, it is. I mean, we don't have the sun today. Rome and Trastevere, obviously, as a neighbourhood, kind of is just glorious in the sun. It's still
Love it.
beautiful in the rain. We still love it. So, yeah, we're just going to, as you can see, the river, in winter, in a few weeks, this might look very different. The water does rise quite often, and that area there where you can see people kind of walk and go on a bike ride, that will be completely submerged. And in,
Wow.
yeah, which is crazy. And in summer, you have all the market stands. So there's the Rome Summer Program, which has market stands right across the river. So I'm just going to put my headphones back in. They keep falling out. All right. So I'll take you guys in.
Oh, we've just lost Maria. I'll add her back in, not to worry. 1 second. Bear with us. That was a beautiful view so far. Let's go. All right, I'm just going to invite Maria again. Here we go. If anyone has any questions during the live as well, just feel free to pop them down and I'll make sure to ask Maria as we go.
I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. Don't know what happened there. All right. I'm going to turn this back around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're just going to walk. So this is the Lungotevere. So the main roads that accompany the river through the city.
Yep.
So Trastevere on historic maps of the city, if people go and have a look at some old maps of Rome, it will always be listed as Rome and Trastevere, because historically Trastevere was never considered a part of the city. And, just ironic because nowadays it's such a crucial part.
Exactly. It's a very popular part, especially with tourists. I know I love staying in Trastevere whenever I visit Rome as well.
It's a great part of the city. And, if you've stayed here, Liv, you'll know that it's where Romans and foreigners come and hang out at night. And it's where all the, old trattoria are, and people come and drink and eat and dance the night away. We're getting a bit of the Rome traffic now, so that's not fun for everyone, but we're going across. Trastevere is quite fairly pedestrian as a neighbourhood.
Yeah.
We like to call it the old part of Rome. Like I was saying, given that it is here on the river that we've just seen, I mean, I thought we'd start there to give everyone a bit of orientation, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Good context. That's great. I was surprised that not, when I asked everyone who's following me if, they'd been to Trastevere before when they visited Rome. Not everyone had, so I guess it's discovered, but perhaps not everyone visits on a trip to Rome, but it's worth seeing.
I think the thing with Trastevere is if you're staying in the historical centre, if you've got a hotel near Piazza Navona perhaps, or the Pantheon, for locals, Trastevere is a part of the centre. But I think if you're staying here and just here on a couple of days, coming across the river might seem like it's a bit of a hike, but it's not. So I'll just show you, we're in Piazza Trilussa. I mean, it's quite dead at the moment. Just a few people with them here. Guys selling umbrellas, of course. Trilussa was a famous Italian poet, so this is the piazza that's named after him. And you'll start to see some of these colourful buildings that start to come into view. Trastevere is, it has its origins in, the working class. Like I said, the river, if you kind of think back to what it might have been like, in the past and during those, I guess during Roman times where it was one of the major port areas, the Grande Ripa is where the merchants would come into Rome. And so, sailors and dock workers were the first people that kind of settled in this neighbourhood. So we're just walking through. I'm going to take you through some of these streets, which again, in the rain, perhaps not as pretty today, but nonetheless, it'll give people an idea. It's the narrow cobblestone alleyways, and usually there's ivy hanging, and you have these gorgeous ochre-coloured walls. So you'll see these are some of the, and this is mainly pedestrian. It really is like a little village, the old town of Rome. So we're on Via del Moro, which is one of the prettiest streets of the neighbourhood. some,
Beautiful. Yeah, even in the rain, you can't take away from it. It's just so picturesque.
so true. And you'll see, the ivy. I mean, it is autumn and we're heading towards winter now, so a lot of that green and the foliage is starting to disappear, but yeah, it's still quite characteristic.
It is. Maria, what's your favorite thing about living in Trastevere? It's a big question, perhaps.
Oh, it is. Look, I think it's the people. I think that Trastevere really has this beautiful spirit of community, and it has become quite touristic over the last 20 years. People from all around the world do come to Rome wanting to see Trastevere. If you look at, any kind of documentation, if you look up, Google image Rome, or, many Roman films that have been shot in this area, because it really is like a backdrop for a film set, and it has been for many films and for many media portrayals over the years.
Yeah.
So I think, but like I said, even though it's become quite busy, and this is probably the commercial heart of Trastevere, it's not the area of Trastevere that I live in. I live in the Piazza San Cosimato area, which, there's a market, and I have my local food stores in there, the little bottega that are still in operation to this day. So here you go. I mean, it's, I think Trastevere is probably like an Instagrammer's
It is.
dream.
Everywhere.
So things are starting to close as well, as you can see now. So it's 1:00 local time. And Trastevere is like this, small town village where things close at around 1:00 and then it kind of reopens and comes alive from about 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, someone just asked actually what time it was. So it's 1 p.m. just after
Yeah,
1.
it's 1 p.m. So, you'll start to find the restaurants starting to get busy now, and people are out at lunch. But, some things remain open. It's fairly pedestrian, as I said, but, locals are still allowed to drive in Trastevere. So, you have a poke. So I was just going to say that you have all the traditional, trattoria in Trastevere. And now, with such a young and university community also living in the neighbourhood, we have the poke bowl place and a bao place and a little Mexican spot. I'm just going to pop my headphone back in. Just a second.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Christy was asking, is it more expensive to live in Trastevere now that it's become a little bit more touristic, I guess, a bit more popular?
It is. And pandemic aside, Trastevere, unfortunately, for those who aspire to live here, I guess, I say unfortunately, it is one of the most expensive neighbourhoods in the city. I'll get back to that. This is the pasticceria. I love this old signage. So pasticceria Valzani. And don't mind, I always get asked about the graffiti in Rome, which kind of sometimes gets on our nerves as well, unfortunately. But it's just one of those things that they do try to clean it up sometimes, and the next day it's just right back there. I mean, it kind of gives a bit of character sometimes, a lot of the times, but sometimes it's just ugly, I know that. But yeah, Trastevere is quite expensive. So even with respect to a neighbourhood like Monti, which is near the Colosseum, or Prati, near the Vatican, even the Centro Storico. So you can probably get a 2-bedroom apartment in Piazza Navona area that is slightly cheaper than Trastevere. So
wow, really?
Yes.
Interesting. But it's a great, everyone wants to be in Trastevere.
What's that, Liv?
Everyone wants to be in Trastevere.
Everyone, and that's the thing. It's the demand. So I'm going to take you guys into. So we can't see. There's a Via della Lungara, which is just down there. I mean, that's kind of like a little bit of a shopping strip. And we're going to head now into, I think, one of the, the most beautiful centerpieces of the neighborhood, which is Piazza Santa Maria in Trastevere.
Amazing. Yeah, love it.
But foreigners following, I guess, at the front of most pharmacies. I don't know about where you are, Liv. I imagine it's the same. We have the COVID little padiglioni, or whatever you call these things, little tents in some places, and people are just lining up. You can get a rapid COVID test, costs €22, and you get your results in 15 minutes. So it's pretty convenient, especially for travellers.
That's really good to point out. Yeah, we have the same here in Spain. Oh, here we are.
Here we
Beautiful.
are. I might even be able to take you guys in. We'll have it. We'll see. I'll see if it's open. I can quickly, if we, I'm going to be quiet. We can probably go in for a second.
Yeah,
So this
perfect.
is, let's just, exactly. I'll just do a swing around. I mean, on a day where there isn't rain, most people are kind of sitting out having lunch.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's just beautiful. Is this your favorite piazza in Trastevere,
Yeah,
Maria?
I'd have to say. And, so Trastevere has about 40 churches live just in this neighbourhood. I mean, going back to that, what we were saying earlier about Trastevere being across the river and having this own identity and being this independent quartiere nowadays, but it always has been historically. And it's completely self-sufficient. It has hospitals, universities, restaurants, bars. I mean, you could stay here, in the neighbourhood without even having to cross the river. And urban myth has it that many of the oldies in the area up until the 50s and 60s hadn't even crossed over because there was just no need. I'm
Yeah.
going to show you one of the inscriptions here. And as I say to everyone, once you see these in Rome, you can't unsee them. So it's SPQR. You will find that. Go on.
I was going to say, I heard you speaking about this on the Untold Italy podcast, and now I've got the visual, and it's just, now I'm
There you
definitely
go.
not going to forget that.
So it's there. I mean, where else? I can show you as we're going along. You'll see it on, not on these new trash cans that we have, unfortunately, but on the bins. Here we go. On the drain pipes.
Wow, even there. Oh, yeah, you
So,
can't unsee it now.
no, and
That's
once
awesome.
you've seen it, so SPQR, and there will be, as I always say, there'll be some historian listening, I'm sure, who will correct me. But it stands for. I mean, in Latin, it's Senatus Populos Quo Romano, something to that effect. But basically, it means that it's almost like the coat of arms to the city, and it's the Senate and the people of Rome. The funny
Yeah.
thing is, though, Liv, and everyone that's listening and watching, is that there are all these. I'll find another one here. There you go. We've got the church bells.
Mhm.
It's just a
Yeah.
short one. It's 1:15, as people can guess. So a lot of the Romans or the Milanese kind of have this, fun, I guess, rivalry. And so many say that SPQR instead stands for Sono porci or sono pazzi questi Romani. So these Romans are pigs
Terrible.
or clowns, exactly, which we know. But, it's kind of like that Melbourne-Sydney rivalry for Australians
Yeah,
that are watching. So they
exactly.
do love each other.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so here's Santa Maria in Trastevere. At the very top of the bell tower, I don't know, I can't really zoom in, but there is a tiny mosaic, and it's of the Virgin Mary. It's of mother and child, because this is said to be the first church in the world dedicated to the Virgin Mary. So it is one of the oldest churches in Rome. They often say that Santa Maria Maggiore, which is one of the major basilicas in the city, is the first, but historians still argue over that to this day. But the work here, I mean, the mosaic is just stunning. I think it was built around, I'm not very good with numbers, I always forget, and but I think around 300 AD, but I know that in 1100 it was like, I don't know if it burnt down in the fires of Rome, and then it was rebuilt, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
had many, many lives.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know any of that. That's, yeah.
Shall we go in? If
Yeah, let's
everyone's
go
okay.
in.
All
If we
right,
can go
just
in, that would be
give me a
great.
second. So I just have to put
Right.
my mask
Mask
on.
on.
Yep, just a
No worries.
second. Sorry, everyone.
It's the juggling act.
Okay, yeah, I've worked out today that I can do umbrella, bag, shopping bag, mask,
What a
headphones,
woman.
Instagram live, and walk into a basilica. So I have to say that's a first. Just give me one moment.
No worries, Maria.
I'll flip you
Amazing.
guys around.
Perfect.
So I'm
Oh,
just going to wash my hands.
excellent.
Try and do that. Okay.
Here we
Okay.
are.
All right. Well, it's fine because I have my headphones in, so I'll just be talking quite softly. If not at all, we'll just have a look.
Fine.
Just leave my umbrella here.
Perfect.
Oh, this is great to go inside. Beautiful.
So at the moment, the thing to note, people should know if you haven't been to Italy since the pandemic, is that the pews have been taken out of many of the churches to keep with social distancing. I don't know if you can still hear me.
Yep, can hear you. That's great.
Okay. Also, you can't use holy water,
Yes.
at least in many of the churches that I've been into. So here we
Yeah.
go. And it's
Oh,
dark. I don't know why it's so dark in here today. If there's a mass going on, actually, it might be because we've just celebrated All Souls and All Saints in Rome. But you can see
yeah.
the mosaics. It's a
Oh,
stunning, ornate ceiling. And then if we turn around here, you can see the stained glass.
oh, it's amazing. Isn't that beautiful?
Okay, and so obviously, I mean, look, and you know, not unique to churches or basilicas in Rome. There are a number of tombs in here and crypts. I'll take you over. I think my mum is probably watching and my family as well. So we'll go over to St. Anthony's, my family patron saint.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is very beautiful. There you go. For people wanting to know what the COVID restrictions are here and what's still
Yeah.
going on in terms of churches, they're about to close for a sanification. So they close for a short while and they clean the church.
Yeah.
I'll just give everyone a last view.
Oh,
And also
amazing.
the flooring, I think, is no, I'm going to get out before I get kicked out. But if you go on my blog, or if anyone wants to look it up, this is called Cosimato flooring, and it's also found in St. Peter's, and it's found in the major basilicas. So
Okay.
basically these big round pieces, if you can imagine pillars like this, so, you know, the pillars of ancient Rome that were found after, I think it was, I'm really bad with, I think it was medieval. Anyway, it's on my blog. People can go and read it. But they have been recycled. So they are pillars of that were found after the fall of the Roman Empire
Amazing.
and have been
Wow.
used to make many of these ornate floorings here in Rome. So, all
Wow.
right, well, there you
That
go.
is
Managed to fit that
really-
in as well.
Oh, you're too good. Thank you. That's
That's all right.
amazing.
And just try and give me
Actually,
1 second.
yeah, I haven't been in there before. But it's lovely to see. Definitely make sure I visit next time in Rome.
Yeah, you must. It's beautiful church, and as you can see now, it just leads back out onto the
Yeah.
square.
Perfect. Amazing.
Oh, stunning.
Oh, that's better. I can hear you now.
Perfect.
So you don't need the green pass to go into churches in Rome,
Yeah.
from what I understand, but there are a number of protocols and health regulations still in place at many of the churches in
Yeah.
Italy. So just in case people wanted to know.
Yeah, that's great. Same in Turin. Most of the pews have been taken out. The holy water. Yeah, it's the same story up here as well.
All right, I've just got one last look of the.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Grey sky. It's going to be raining for the next 10 days in Rome. So I have another. There you go.
There you go. We can't unsee it now. You've shown it to us.
Yeah, I think we'll have people walking around Rome, looking up, down and around for the symbol of the city. I'm just going to move over and try not to get run over here. Okay.
Very good. Perfect.
Okay.
Amazing.
This is Bar San Callisto. For anyone that's been to Rome or stayed in Trastevere, they'll know that there's cars going by and rubbish is being collected, so it's perfect time. But San Callisto is one of the local institutions here. And usually when it's not raining, you'll find some of the older Trasteverini out here playing cards or you
Yeah,
know,
it's very
dancing and
iconic.
singing.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a few photos of that on my own phone from trips there. It's very iconic.
Yeah, I'll try and take you guys towards the market. The rain is sort of, it's
That
slowed a little, but we'll just see how it goes.
amazing. That would be great. While you're walking,
So this
Maria,
bit,
oh,
yeah,
sorry,
go
keep
ahead.
going. I was
Oh
going to
no, I was
say,
just
I
going to
might,
say this is Vatican property, so you'll find a lot of these in Rome. We don't really know, or I don't really know what it is, but I do know that it's owned by the Vatican.
got you.
Many properties in Rome are. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to ask you while you're walking, I had a few questions that maybe we could
Hmm.
chat through as you walk to the next destination. If there's anything to stop at, we can do that. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I had a few questions around, first of all, yourself and learning Italian. And the question was how and when did you learn Italian? And they were curious, if you knew Italian before moving to Italy or how that worked.
I so I moved to Italy 10 years ago, and yes, I already spoke Italian.
Yeah,
I speak it much better now. I'm close
yeah,
to fluent. I didn't realize really as an adult, until I was an adult, that I'd grown up bilingual, really. So
yeah,
even looking at old videos from when we were children, given that my paternal grandparents never emigrated, we had
yeah.
very strong ties to Italy. My father also sent my brother and I. My sister's the youngest, and she kind of got out of it, but because we hated it at the time, and we had to go to Saturday Italian
Yeah,
school in
yeah,
Melbourne. So my dad sent my brother and I to um, Italian school, and I am very grateful for that now as an adult.
it's amazing.
There is a line here because you can't go into many of the small shops, so people will notice that that's quite different around Rome and around Italy generally because of the COVID restrictions. That is probably one of the best gelateria in Trastevere, so it's probably probably more important than the church people. So
What's the name of that one,
the
Maria?
name is Otterleg, and it's really
Um,
easy to remember because it's gelato spelt backwards.
oh, amazing. I love that.
So Marco Radiccioni, who is a gelatiere here in Rome, and he is a gourmet gelato maker. So
Yum. Always good times. Look, even in the rain, it's perfect for a gelato.
always, always.
Always. Amazing.
All right, we're just moving into Piazza San Cosimato, and I think the market will still be going. It might be finishing up early because of the weather.
Yeah, that's all right. We can get a little bit of a visual.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry for all the cars here. Try not to get run over again. Okay. All right. So the market here in Piazza San Cosimato, all right, so it starts here really. We've got like a flower stand, which is a permanent stand. And then, as we can see here, yeah, the market's still going.
Amazing. Beautiful.
And I'll have to show you some really cute street art for any
Mm,
families or even, all the older
yeah,
the little kids in all of us oldies.
exactly.
They've just unveiled some new street art here in the square, and it's really cute. I'll show it to you in a minute. It's not this one here, but there's always something going on here at the market.
Yeah, it's the best place. I love going to the market. You can really understand, I think, the neighbourhood by visiting the local market, which I know you speak a lot about in your book as well.
Absolutely, it is. It's such a important. I mean, it's a cornerstone of Italian cuisine. I think that the thing that I always say about the market is that you can kind of tell what season it is just by walking in. At the moment we can see all the winter. I always say, I shouldn't say this, it's boring this time of year. I hate all the winter fruits. I love summer, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, people are starting to pack up. But and artichokes in Rome, I mean, they're not in season yet either, so there's really not
Yeah. The
well,
in-between period.
sorry, no, I shouldn't say. Artichokes aren't in season because someone had asked me about that recently. And you can find them in Rome all year round, but they do import them. So generally, I'd say February is probably the best time for that.
Yeah. Good to know. Lots of fennel.
Yeah. All the grapes because it's been the vendemmia season. And lots of nuts and grains and kaki, which are in English persimmon, aren't they, I think?
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful.
And just in the far corner, there's their pescaria. So you can buy fish, meat, you can get all your cold meats in the market as well. The thing that is quite cool as well is that you can find these little bags of vegetables already pre-cut. And they're not commercial bags of vegetables. Obviously, they're pre-cut and prepared here in the market. But, you know, you can just grab one and take it home to make your minestrone or your soup.
Yeah, I love that. Very convenient. Do you do your shopping in the market here in Trastevere, Maria?
I do. When I'm here, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I travel a lot and I do eat out a lot, but I do cook. It's funny. I cooked for like 16 months straight in Melbourne, and I think a lot of people that follow me were quite surprised to find out that I knew how to cook because I eat out a lot in Rome. But I did cook and I know how to cook, which is great.
Brava.
And yeah, I do. I do shop at the market. I shop completely locally here in Trastevere. So
Yeah.
this is the playground in the middle of San Cosimato, and they've just renamed it. Don't know if we have any Simpsons fans, but they've just there's a bag of rubbish right in front, which is great. But they've just renamed it. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I
Piazza.
can see it.
So it's Piazza San Cosimato, and they've renamed it Piazza Simpson Simato.
Oh my God, I
So
love it.
the kids
So
saw it
cute.
yesterday. I was walking past, and they all absolutely beside themselves. And they've actually just like literally Simpsonized Trastevere. I don't know what's happened there, but you have Bar San Callisto, which I told you was the, you know, we just went past. It's one of the historic bars of the neighbourhood. So
Yeah.
there you go.
That is awesome. I'm so glad you showed us that. It's
Yeah.
something that you maybe missed as well if you sort of weren't expecting
If you weren't
it.
looking for it, exactly.
That's awesome. I love
All
it.
right. I might take you down one of these other streets towards where I buy street food.
Yes, that would be
And
awesome.
if we can give everyone a quick look, we might, and then
Amazing.
that will probably take us to the
Perfect.
end, I think.
Yeah,
Amazing. While you're walking, can we quiz you a little bit about your favorite places to eat in Trastevere?
Absolutely. So for Roman cuisine, I would say either Da Enzo or Da Teo. Da Enzo has probably been featured in so many like best places to eat in Rome lists that the queue, everyone knows that the queue to eat there unfortunately is getting quite out of hand, but thankfully the quality hasn't been impacted by that, and for me it's still the best carbonara in Rome, if in Trastevere I should say, if not Rome.
yeah, agree.
Dateo around the corner from them is, you know, a place that you can actually book, and the menu is practically the same, I have to say. So that's another place I would recommend. For street food, Supli. So I would say, you know, for pizza by the slice, pizza taglio.
Yeah.
I Supli is great. Seo Pizza Illuminati, they're absolutely wonderful. This is the Norcineria Iacozilli, which has the best porchetta in Rome.
Oh, yum.
I say in Rome. Piero, the owner, is, you know, really, really humble. Not says it's the best porchetta in the world, but you know, who am I to argue? Look, it is pretty good. It is pretty good. So, what else? We're going to probably go past my Salumeria cheese shop.
Yeah, we need to know where the good salumeria is.
Exactly. So, so this is for anyone that wants to know. We're on Via Natale del Grande.
Yeah.
So again, we're in the Piazza San Cosimato area of Trastevere. The rain is getting a little heavier, but that's okay. We've made it.
Brava, Maria. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. We're
You're
about to
brave.
go.
Brave to do that.
Yeah, I'll go and defrost later. Look, it's actually not that cold, so I'm not going to complain. This is my pasticceria. So, which, to be honest, doesn't really have a name. I know that sounds weird, but everyone just knows that they go to Vera, Signora Vera. I think it's. I really can't give you a name. But if you want to see,
Oh, you're making me hungry. It's lunchtime.
I know it is lunchtime. I haven't had lunch either, so I could probably eat cake for lunch. So anyone that knows me.
great idea.
All right, we'll spin. Oh, there's another little restaurant that's quite cute. Eggs,
Gorgeous.
and they do a great carbonara. I mean, it's a bit more of a contemporary take on the carbonara, which is, you know, we're seeing that a lot in Rome, and I quite don't mind that because I think that innovation is a great way to keep traditions alive.
Yeah.
But as I always say, just make sure it's good, because I think anyone like nowadays thinks they can play with things in the kitchen, but it needs to be good. So eggs serve their carbonara in a little, what would you call it? It's a glass jar. And instead of just the classic carbonara, they have like about 7 or 8 different ones on the menu, like with caramelized onion or zucchini flowers, squash blossoms, for whoever's listening. Okay.
Delicious.
Rain continuing, and we'll see if I can show you my cheese shop and I suppli, which is a friggitoria. So anywhere, you know, in Rome you see with a friggitoria sign is, you know, somewhere you go for fried food, which is really all the good stuff.
Oh, it's so good. I love isupli. So good.
All right. Now, there is a 2-limit person, and we really can't go in. As you'll see, people can see that, it's 3-person limit. Signor Roberto, you can see him there. He is my favourite person in the world. So he might wave at us.
Oh, yes, it is.
Ciao, sto in diretta su Instagram. Buona giornata.
Oh, so
Faccio vedere i
lovely.
tuoi formaggi, li portiamo in tutto il mondo, lo sai. Sorry, Liv. There's the ricotta. So sheep's milk. Yeah, he's beautiful. Sheep's milk ricotta. And of course, there you go. Try the real pecorino romano. So Roman sheep's milk cheese. Excuse me.
An essential ingredient.
Sì. Posso? Un attimo. He's going to let us in, guys, which is... Hold
Amazing.
on.
Great.
Un attimo che lascio l'ombrello.
Grazie.
I'm just literally threw my umbrella on the street.
Oh, no. Oh, look at these.
He's showing you my kangaroo that I gave him. There you go.
Oh, it's
Vengo sempre qui come porta fortuna.
Puoi salutare, sei in diretta in Australia.
Un saluto a tutti gli australiani, è il paese che mia moglie ama tanto.
His wife loves Australia. Sì.
E poi gli ho fatto il regalo dopo 40 anni, l'ho portato in Australia per un mese.
Mi ricordo. He took his wife to Australia for 1 month.
Abbiamo preso 11 aerei.
He took 11, they caught 11 flights. Here we go.
ciao.
Lei si chiama Livia e sta nel nord dell'Italia, però è australiana.
A Torino.
È la migliore.
A Torino.
Sì, Maria. Ciao, grazie mille. Buona giornata.
Ciao Robby. Grazie. Grazie.
Oh, incredible. Thanks, Maria.
Lo so. Grazie. A dopo. Ripasso. Sorry, guys. Vabbè, faccio vedere il negozio, giusto un attimo. There's no one in here, so he loves having people in here, but it's just lately it's been quite difficult.
Oh, it's amazing. This is a definite
And
on anyone's list, I think, to Trastevere.
there's the pecorino romano. And I'll show you this last thing that Roberto tells everyone, that he's more important. This is, I think, the German, it's not German, maybe Swedish press, I don't know, or Dutch. And there's Obama and Berlusconi, and they're like small photos, and there's him and his wife. And so he always says we're more important than any politician in the world. So I'd have to agree.
Exactly. Oh, that is amazing.
Okay. Ciao. Ciao, ragazzi.
Oh, incredible. That was
I'm just
well
grabbing my umbrella. It's just here on the floor. Okay. Oh, there you go. Detour. That's Trastevere. So that's what you asked me before about what I love, and that's probably what I love the most, is, like I said, the people. He's been working there that shop has been there since 1900.
Oh my God.
And he has been working there since he was 13, which is 1963 he started working there. I know this because he's the same age as my dad. So I don't usually know him.
incredible.
Incredible. Yeah, so he's been working there day in, day out. So this is Isupli. And maybe I'll just go in quickly. I'll just drop this umbrella. No one's going to steal it.
Thanks, Maria.
Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'll go in.
This is such a good
Ciao,
shop.
Enrico. Ciao. Buongiorno. Posso far vedere un po' le pizze? Sto in una diretta. That's all right. Then let me do what I want here, so that's nice. You have here like it's
You're lovely.
mozzarella, yeah, mozzarella in carrozza, suppli. You have crocchette di patate, and there's always like 2 or 3 primi at lunchtime. Potete anche
Oh,
salutare se volete.
ciao!
Siete in diretta con l'Australia, ovviamente.
Yeah,
Hai capito? Almeno loro col sole, noi con la pioggia. All right, guys. All right.
that's awesome.
Ciao, passo più tardi.
Very hungry now.
Ciao.
Amazing.
All right, I will go
Christy.
there and get some lunch
Yeah.
soon. So, I think that's it. I don't know. I mean, so you'll see here sirens again.
That was amazing, Maria. I enjoyed that so much, and I think everyone watching did too. You had some lovely comments throughout, just saying what a trooper you are for showing us and going around in the rain.
It's
and
just
you're
stopped
a
now. Oh,
legend.
it's kind of just spitting now, but it's they're all coming out to say hello now. So there you go. They're all waving.
That's awesome.
All right. So if you're in Trastevere, go to I suppli and have a suppli because they're probably the best in Rome.
Amazing. I agree. I've been there many times. And yeah, I'll be heading back when I'm back in Rome actually this weekend. So
Shout out. We'll have to tell you'll have to come and get a gelato then at Otterleg.
exactly.
Don't forget gelato spelt backwards. That's an easy one.
Perfect. I will.
Maria, thank you so much. If people want to stay in touch with you, they can follow Maria at Heart Rome on Instagram, and you also have an awesome blog, as well as your 2 books, and as you were saying before, all of your publications and the regular magazines that you write.
Thank you so much, Liv. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. My pleasure too. And I'll save this on my feed so anyone who wants to watch it again can go
Absolutely.
back
And I'll share it as well. And hi to everyone in Australia, to all my family especially. So missing everyone.
Grazie mille.
Grazie, Liv. A presto.
A presto. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, everyone. Ciao.